on the screen is the book Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. So today I decided to read a few pages from Oliver Twist and chew on a piece of Wrigley Extra Peppermint Gum. So open that up, pull out a piece of gum, pop the box to one side, open up the wrapper and pull out the white piece of gum, pop that in my mouth and start chewing. So opening up the book, I've got here what I thought was interesting, originally published in 1838 and now is in the public domain in the United States and the United Kingdom and hopefully Australia as well. But so I'll go to the page, which I think is about page 30, and on page 30 it's got this famous line from the book: "Please sir, I want some more." That's what Oliver said when he was in the orphanage and he was hungry, and he went up to the man running it and asked for some more. So what I thought I'd do is read from the page before through past "Please sir, I want some more," and read that. So to give you an idea of set the scene, I suppose, for how he came to asking for more food. So what you've got to remember is Oliver must have been an orphan, I suppose. He was living in some sort of orphanage with all these boys, and they didn't get enough to eat, and they're always hungry. So I'll start here. The room in which the boys were fed was a large stone hall with a copper at one end, out of which the master, dressed in an apron for the purpose and assisted by one or two women, ladled the gruel at meal times, of which composition each boy had one porringer and no more, except on festive occasions, and then he had 2 ounces and a quarter of bread besides. The bowls never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again, and when they had performed this operation, which never took very long, the spoons being nearly as large as the bowls, they would sit staring at the copper with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the very bricks of which it was composed, employing themselves meanwhile in sucking their fingers most assiduously with the view of catching up any stray splashes of gruel that might have been cast thereon. Boys have generally excellent appetites. Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation for 3 months. At last, as they got so ferocious and wild with hunger that one boy, who was tall for his age and hadn't been used to that sort of thing, for his father had kept a small cookshop, hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin of gruel per day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him, who happened to be a weakly youth of tender age. He had a wild, hungry eye, and they implicitly believed him. A council was held, lots were cast, who should walk up to the master after supper that evening and ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. The evening arrived, and the boys took their places. The master, in his cook's uniform, stationed himself at the copper. His pauper assistants ranged themselves behind him. The gruel was served out, and a long grace was said over the short commons. The gruel disappeared. The boys whispered to each other and winked at Oliver, while his neighbours nudged him. Child as he was desperate with hunger and reckless with misery. He rose from the table and, advancing to the master, basin and spoon in hand, said, somewhat alarmed at his own temerity, "Please, sir, I want some more." The master was a fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale. He gazed in stupefied astonishment on the small rebel for some seconds and then clung for support to the copper. The assistants were paralysed with wonder, the boys with fear. "What?" said the master at length in a faint voice. "Please, sir," replied Oliver, "I want some more." The master aimed a blow at Oliver's head with the ladle, pinioned him in his arms, and shrieked aloud for the beadle. The board was sitting in solemn conclave when Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in great excitement, and addressing the gentleman in the high chairs said, "Mr. Limpkins, I beg your pardon, sir. Oliver Twist has asked for more." There was a general start. Horror was depicted on every countenance. "For more," said Mr. Limpkins. "Compose yourself, Bumble, and answer me distinctly. Do I understand that he asked for more after he had eaten the supper allotted by the dietary?" "He did, sir," replied Bumble. "The boy will be hung," said the gentleman in the white waistcoat. "I know that boy will be hung." Nobody controverted the prophetic gentleman's opinion. An animated discussion took place. Oliver was ordered into instant confinement, and a bill was next morning pasted on the outside of the gate, offering a reward of £5 to anyone who would take Oliver Twist off the hands of the parish. In other words, £5 and Oliver Twist were offered to any man or woman who wanted an apprentice to any trade, business, or calling. "I was never more convinced of anything in my life," said the gentleman in the white waistcoat, as he knocked at the gate and read the bill next morning. "I was never more convinced of anything in my life that I am that boy will come to be hung. As I purpose to show in the sequel, whether the white-coated gentleman was right or not, I should perhaps mar the interest of this narrative, supposing it to possess any at all, if I ventured to hint just yet whether the life of Oliver Twist had this violent termination or no." So there we go, that's probably all I guess I need to read. It's interesting in a way. Some of the words are a bit old-fashioned. Well, it was written in 1838, so they are a bit old-fashioned. But you can see there, that's the context of what we've heard so many times. "Please, sir," replied Oliver, "I want some more. Please, sir, I want some more." So the boys, desperately hungry, living in the orphanage, asked the person in charge for more food. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's something a little bit different to what I've done in the past, or in the recent past. So if you like the video, please click the like button. If you want me to do more of these sort of readings, then put me a comment down in the comment section. Otherwise, that's about it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing. Thanks for watching.